Okay, Jael, my name is
I
Noela.
think I saw him once. You don't say so.
As you said about my business, and I give
Okay,
my
so forgive
business
me,
the
so
name of
I think
myself, Noela
um,
Mobile Beauty. Okay, I was working in a restaurant. It was in 2015 when I was working at a restaurant, like as a chef, because I was a chef first before I became a beautician. So when I was working there, I see the pressure was too much on me. I was so young and the pressure was too much. So I think myself, I want something better for myself. Usually I used to do the hair. When I was so young in Congo, I used to do the hair. And I used to like makeup a lot. So those things like being pressured to work as a chef, and I knew how to do the hair, and I used to love makeup a lot. That's why I went to beauty school. So I studied for 2 years. After I finished, I worked to the company. I worked like 5 companies. So at the time I worked in 5 companies, it was lockdown. So lockdown helped me to start my business. I didn't even think one day I will have my business. But many clients used to tell me when I was working by my private boss, they used to tell me, Noella, you have a talent for business, you have a talent for business. But myself, I couldn't even think about business. I was thinking it's too much. I cannot afford it. It's stress for the clients, all of that. It was too much for me. So I was just telling people I can't because it's too much. I can't manage. So when it was lockdown, the lockdown came, there was no work and there was no
okay.
income. So it's where I get idea to start a mobile because my business it starts with mobile beauty. So the first month when we sit without job, without nothing, without income, and I think myself, how can I do? I think myself, how can I do? How can I do myself? And then I just sit on my Facebook. I sit on my Facebook. I start writing. I start WhatsApping the other people. I knew it. I make myself a price list, making what I'm doing, everything, and then I start sending people. So I sent like 5 people. In 5 people, them three of them they book. So the time they book, it was lockdown. People they couldn't do their nails everywhere. It was closed. So I start with those 3 clients. The first day I start with those 3 clients, and those 3 clients they start advertising for me for other people. It's how I started. It was in lockdown. It was a challenge for me, but we did it. Yo, my first year it was a stressful because dealing with a client with everything was not easy. I was crying every day. There was uh those clients they came to you because they know you are struggling, you are looking for the client, they take advantage. They came for like they want free treatment. Oh, they want like credit treatment. So when you're gonna give them that treatment to pay you, it become a problem. So it's where I got those challenge a lot, and I couldn't think and know that like things like nails, you can never give a client a credit because when it's 2 weeks to 3 weeks, it think it doesn't have it. How how useless he can pay that money. So I got many clients who take advantage of me, and it was my usually clients. Those clients they knew me when I start the business. It's those one they did that, so they take advantage of me, and I was crying. I used to have other clients. If I tell them about that, they used to tell me, Noella, don't do credit anymore for nails because when you do credit for nails, if it's grown up and then if it's come out, how the client can pay. So that was my big challenge. Yeah, that is a good question. Also, I can say it was not easy because I didn't have any financial to start my business. So the first time when I was putting my price list and looking for the clients in Facebook, creating the page, so I found someone who she was working also where they sell the products. So I call her and I explain her. She was having some stuff at home. So I took it as a credit. So I took credit. So if I go and work, I gave her money. If I go and work, I gave her money. So I spent like 3 years, like without financially myself, but I was working for the business to make the business growing up. So even every time when I was working, I used to buy the machine, the products, everything. So it's how I make my business to grown up. So I was not touching my money for myself, maybe just to pay the small things, but the money that I was having, it was just to make my business to grown up. Like I can say, in what I'm doing in this, what I'm doing more than 20 treatments, and I'm able to do it. I was not married that time. I didn't have kids, so I was having full time for myself to managing my business. So I was having time for all of that. Like my first time to employ someone to work from me, it was just to help me to do the toes. Yes, because some of the clients, like when they came, they want to do all the treatments same time. Someone is doing the toes, someone is doing the hands. So my first person I hire, it was just to do the toes. Like you need to I give myself too much discipline. Sometimes people are sleeping, I couldn't sleep because I need to think about the business. I need to do this one up and down for the business. So a lot to do. So I just take like 4 or 5 years. I don't take care of myself just for business. I don't go out. I don't do anything because of the business. If you want to grown up a business, if you want to go forward, you need to have those time. Like business is not easy as the people think like it's busy, because today you can have a lot of money and tomorrow you don't have anything. So if you don't sacrifice yourself, tomorrow you're gonna close the business. So with like what I learned, you need to be focused with what you are doing, because if you don't focus, you're gonna close your business in 6 months to 3 months. And in that time, mobile was not a lot, and other things. I make like my business 24 hours. Like right now, if I have a client, if they call me, the client wants mobile, I will leave everything I'm doing. I'm going to mobile. It's where I get a lot of clients, because I don't have time to open, I don't have time to close, and I'm able to come to the client's house, to the office, wherever the client is. The more clients doing mobile. Yeah, because there's those clients, they cannot come to you, but when you go to their house and they see how good you are, and then tomorrow, even though you don't have time to go to attend day to home, they will come to your place. It's how I get more clients in technology. Okay, in next 5 years, I want to have branch. Yes, everywhere. Yes. Yeah. Okay, it's a good idea if someone has that idea to start their own business. But one thing I can advise with people who want to do a business, firstly, I always say it's a calling. It's a calling. I always say it's like the way they call people to be a pastor. It's the same also with business. Business is not something like you see it from someone and you start admiring, oh, it's nice, whatever, but it's something, it's very difficult. I can say I start business since I was in grade 3. Yes, I was in Congo. I started the business since I was in grade 3. So I think God gave me that patience with business. It's not something that I wake up. I start, yes, with beauty. I wake up. I start because of lockdown. But in other way, I can say it is a calling, because there's a lot of challenge inside. So if someone think like he can do it, if you also you think like you can do it, yes, it's good. You can do it.
What has been the biggest lesson your customers have taught you about running a successful business? Like, There are certain things that a customer would advise you when they come. There are some lessons they give you, or don't do this, or do this. This will help you improve. So, what are one of those biggest advices that they gave you that has made you who you are today?
I remember when I start after 1 year, 1 year and 6 months, I say I want to quit. It was too difficult to me. And then some of my clients they say, no, you want, just do it, just do it, just improve what you're doing, make a special until you get clients. So each and every time if I say, I'm tired, I want to quit, my clients always come to me and say, no, you can't quit, do it. And sometimes the time when I was giving credit, when I explained to to other of my clients, they told me, no, let's stop giving clients credit is not good.
Okay, last question. If you could go back to the day you started your business, what is one thing that you would do differently and why?
Like why? Like what?
Uh, so if you look at yourself now and you look at yourself maybe like in the last 5 years, you can see that there's a difference and there were things that you did wrong back then that if you look now and say, I shouldn't have done this, I should have done this. So what are one of those things or two of those things that if you had to go back into time and go back to that place where you were then,
Mm.
what would you change?
Like the thing that I would change, it's like, okay, that's make me to be better.
Yes,
Can I say it that
yes.
way? I used to scared
Mm-hmm.
a lot, especially when I don't know the person and then they call me for mobile. I used to scared a lot. I used just to call one of my colleagues, so it must be two of us to go there. But now I don't get anymore. And people they used to take advantage of me to take because everything I was just yes, 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 yes. But for now, I cannot say everything yes, yes, yes.
Okay.